Hi guys, I'm back again, the Reaper. So what we can talk for today is about, so basically I've already presented the pricing of TUGS for its solar power generation, and then we also computed what will be the yearly revenue for TUGS. And now maybe we can also take a look how TUGS can pay its debt. So basically we can create a model for that. Let's try. Alright. But before that, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if this video have value to you. Also, please hit the bell button for other video updates and notifications. In determining our debt payment model, let's take a recap first how TUGS get its revenue from solar power generation. I already posted this, but let's take a look again. The price that the Energy Regulatory Commission gave to TUGS is 8.54 pesos per kilowatt hour. And the plant capacity that TUGS can provide is around 20 megawatt. Basically it's around 25, but because due to system loss, it is now at 20 megawatt. The loss is coming from the conversion of direct current to alternating current, which is the one that we are using already in our household, the alternating current. And this was our formula in computing the revenue. 8.54 kilowatt hour times 20 kilowatt times 11 hours times 365 days. So 11 hours, this is based from the data taken from Socoteco 2, and we get 685 million revenue per year on the generation of solar power for TUGS. Then we have also the computation for the operation and maintenance cost of TUGS, which they give to the Energy Regulatory Commission. This is in dollars. So computing for the maintenance and operation cost in pesos is around 51 million. This is at 44.4 pesos per dollar, which is somehow this computation is from 2013. Then we compute for the gross profit. We just subtract the operation and maintenance cost to the revenue we just computed, and we get around 634 million gross profit for the solar power generation. Somehow this 634 million pesos revenue is best case for TUGS. TUGS will deliver 20,000 kilowatt power, 11 hours per day, and 365 days in a year. But the guaranteed energy production that Astro Energy can provide or deliver to Socoteco 2 is around 33,682 megawatt hours of energy, and this will degrade 1% per year. This new computed value based from the guaranteed energy production of Astro Energy is now comparable to the revenue of 2020 for renewable energy. And what is this segment result? This 79,199,554. This is the operating profit for the renewable energy segment. Also take note that the sum of harbor assistance revenue and renewable energy revenue is just the same as the service income net. So therefore we can say that the renewable energy revenue which is 305 million, minus the operating profit from solar energy, is equals to the sum of cost of services, general and administrative expenses, net impairment losses, and other income. But we have already the number for the cost of services and general and administrative costs, so we can just deduct it, and we are left now for impairment loss and other income. Looking at the other income also, we can see that it is more on the shipping service, so we can say that this is negligible for renewable energy. Therefore, we can say that most of the impairment loss is coming from renewable energy segment. Dito yung kinuha pang abono para kay TUGS, para sa mga bad debt ni TUGS. Abonado kasi si TUGS, so kukuha siya ng pera kung saan malakas yung kitaan, which is the solar energy segment. Certainly, we will use impairment loss from solar in doing our model to pay debts. Two major long-term borrowings of TUGS is coming from RCBC and DBP. Let's take a look at the terms of payment and how long it will last. First is we have the loan from RCBC at 8.5% per year and will end on July 14, 2025 with an installment of 11,125,000 and a balloon payment of 757 million at the end. So the payment for our RCBC borrowing will start on July of this year. Then it will slowly go down with the quarterly amortization and interest at the end of the year. I just use quarterly payment instead of monthly so that we can merge it with the payment for DBP, which is in quarterly also. By October of 2025, the loan from RCBC will be paid already. For DBP loan, it has a 5.2% per annum interest. Then it will end on April 19, 2033 with a balloon payment of 35% at the end of its term. The payment for DBP borrowings will start July of next year, then end up on April of 2033. Combining now the borrowings from RCBC and DBP, also their quarterly payment and the interest, this is how it will look like from next year until 2033. This is also with the assumption that TUGS will no longer or will just finish paying this debt first before doing another borrowings. We will now take a look at the income of TUGS or its capacity to pay the debt, long-term debt. By the way, we just neglect the short-term debt and other incomes of TUGS just to simplify our model. So TUGS has two major sources of income. It's shipping service and now it's solar revenue. For the shipping service income, we'll just make an average income from 2012 until 2018. We're still focusing on the shipping service. And why did we include the interest expense? We include it because it's also part of its capacity to pay its debt. So the average net income plus interest expense from 2012 to 2018 is around 157 million. We will use this value in our model. Then for the solar revenue, we'll just use the guaranteed energy production in our model, which is the 236 million per year revenue. And this value will decrease by 1% per year. In this model, you can see that the shipping service net income and plus the interest expense, we just made it constant from next year until 2033. For the solar generation revenue, it is decreasing at 1% per annum. Then it is also said for renewable energy, after 7 years of operation, it is already taxed at 10% per annum. That's why in our model, at year 2025, the revenue for solar generation decreased. Let's now combine the debt payment and the income of TUGS. In this chart, we have already combined the solar and shipping service income plus the interest expense of shipping service. And then we also have the RCBC and the DBP borrowings plus the quarterly payment and annual interest payment. And lastly, the determining factor, impairment loss for solar energy. In this model, as we vary the impairment loss from 175 million to 20 million, we can see that the income is also increasing after paying the debts of DBP and RCBC. Short-term to mid-term investment is sideways in this case. By the way, depreciation cost for solar or renewable energy is also included in this model, since the money from depreciation is a free cash already.